fears. Downright fears. Downright fears.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Downright Fierce Gaming, your one-stop shop for butts. My name is Josh Asensio. With me is
Lewis Stewart
and
Tristan Haynes.
welcome back, Lewis.
It's been a while and I've missed everyone.
Oh, we missed you. I wish I had more RPG news. I just realized I didn't write. Well,
I have the RPG moves. It's okay.
okay, all right. You will supply us with RPG stuff. We are a video game podcast. Talk about video games every week. By the way, if last week was your first video that you've ever seen, or MP3, when you listen to that on your MP3 players, you know, it was a joke. Not a lot of people got that. It was kind of embarrassing, actually. I even had to. I noticed that because of the dad joke video, we got a lot more likes and a lot more views and a lot more likes on the episode 50. And I got worried. I'm like, nobody's really getting that this was a joke. So I like even put like April Fool's edition. Still kind of worried people weren't getting that. So
It had the
You'll
best
find
production
out
value.
today.
and I just realized, shit, it's the two of you.
Oh
Which
yeah.
means when we do Fierce News, you're not doing shit, are you?
We'll see.
All right, let's start with
I missed you so much. We'll never air guitar.
It's almost a group hug.
Almost.
We can join you in next time.
No, you won't. I'm not fucking Charlie Brown, okay? I'm not gonna fall for this shit. I'm not doing it.
You gotta rock.
Do it again.
Will you do it with me? I don't know. I do. You're gonna. There's no way. Yeah.
You still believed in the little.
There was a little part of me. I'm like, maybe.
I would have joined in if Tristan would have even slightly inclined, but I could see it in his eyes. Like, I'm not gonna do this.
God damn it. Also, by the way, look how great we look. Look how
We look
fucking
amazing.
amazing we look. That camera, I learned that what we were doing.
We're gorgeous.
I learned what we were doing was, well, what I was doing was I was taking like a 480p resolution image and then scaling up to 1080p, which is why we look so weird. But now we look really good because that's 1080p.
You can see the geometry in my
So
hairline.
much P's. There's all the P's. Anyways, I don't know why I'm gonna get rid of that. Fierce News is brought to you by Pomade and Tonic. First thing in the news, Microsoft is promising a big update on Xbox backwards compatibility on their next episode of Xbox Wire, which I had no idea what that was, so I had to look it up.
That was a thing.
It's their monthly Xbox broadcast show.
Does anyone watch that?
According to my sources, no. Yeah. In a recent post, they said, "quote one of our most common requests is for original Xbox backward compatibility news, and we'll be starting off the show with a big update on just that. The episode will air on April 10th, but I think it's fair to assume that it's happening, like end of news
I mean,
story.
they don't have any new games coming out, so if they don't mill the mine that is their bank of games, I mean, it'll die.
I mean, that it's weird because like they did have a lot of great exclusives back in the Xbox days and especially the 360 days.
360 was native exclusive.
Exactly. So I don't know why they're not going back. More.
Sony spent lots of money saying, "Hey, make us games," and people were like, "Okay." Mm-hmm. And I mean, the best that they have is that Square Enix is really nice with saying, "Hey, here's a few things you can have," and the Spyro Trilogy is supposed to actually go to 360, I think.
Well, I'll
one
cover all that.
And I believe possibly Switch. I can't remember if it was actually confirmed for Switch or not.
Spoilers, no. Since
Sorry. But, I mean, they're getting a few things, but they don't have anything exclusive. So even then, it's just like, oh, if you already have an Xbox One, awesome, I can also get this. If you're trying to get a new system, it's just, I can get a PS4 and have that, plus all the other stuff that seemingly always goes to PS4. Same as a lot of PC games are hitting PS4 and not Xbox One.
Yeah, which is weird
Even
because
the ones
that's
that
Microsoft.
are starting to hit Switch.
Yeah, like Microsoft, the PC is a Microsoft console. Like people don't really game on Macs, so it's amazing to see the whole like PC, you know, and the separation. Right?
I think it was an awesome move on their part for gamers that any games that come on Xbox One also play on PC. It's a horrible move for them because then you're like, I don't have to get an Xbox One. I can just play my game in PC, and I never have to get your system.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what I've been doing.
So that's the end of that news. Moving on to more news. For some reason, Final Fantasy 15 is joining collaborating. That's a sentence I wrote. Final Fantasy 15 is collaborating with another franchise. So, they were doing the whole, what was it, Street Fighter or Tekken? That's it.
Season Tekken.
That makes sense. I get that. But this one doesn't really make sense. During a panel at PAX East, Square Enix announced that Final Fantasy 15 will be collaborating with Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Well, I mean, they did Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, they did, and I get that. But Final Fantasy is magic. And I understand, okay, yes, and Tomb Raider's some magic stuff.
I'm about to say Tomb Raider had a dude
stuff.
turn into a T-Rex for a boss fight.
Well, no, that's original Tomb Raider. We're talking about the rebooted franchise.
True, it's rebooted's crazy still.
The Yabba Gabba thing, I know, yeah. There was the magic lady, but then even that was like, it's just so it's
semi-pushing it, but I don't know. I've never, Uncharted was the based in realism, but surreal explorer. Tomb Raider has always been to me, yeah, you gotta kill things with guns, but there's bunches of magic, you just don't use it for some reason.
I don't know. The fantastical nature of Final Fantasy. I
feel like it's a far push.
Yeah.
But I feel like at this point, Square Enix is just doing whatever they want. Final Fantasy is still making the money. 15 Royal Edition is supposedly really fucking good port wise. Yeah. Usually people really slam ports if they're bad. All I'm hearing is praises.
And the tools they're allowing people to they have the. It has mod support and it has character creator. Has character creator.
I did not know Royal Edition had mod support.
Yeah. They were saying
awesome.
even that Final Fantasy 15 has to be a success. They were saying that if people, and I remember reporting that story thinking that this is the most fucked up thing you can say to fans. They were saying that if Final Fantasy doesn't make enough money, they're never making another Final Fantasy again.
At the same time, people were straight up saying they're just going to be done with it. People are buying Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, they also had unrealistic expectations of all their games. They considered the first rebooted Tomb Raider a failure.
Yep.
And
that's right.
It did well enough.
Yeah.
It did better than a lot of other people's reboots so far. Square Enix is
weird.
I guess they're extremely hard on themselves, and for no reason.
You said hard on.
I did.
Hard on.
They fucked themselves
with their hard-ons.
They're really hard on themselves, despite how well they do. And then when they do well, they just kind of push. Oh, you guys are the worst.
You said
worst.
Doo-doo. Worst. Doo-doos and hard-ons. Go on.
I don't want to say anything. They pushed themselves really hard to make that game do. I only said do once. Extremely well, to the point where it's critically amazing. And then they move on to something new.
Yeah.
Instead of pushing out mid-2000s, they were pushing out anything. If it seemed like a good enough game or a concept people might latch on, they were just tossing out IPs and projects. Now they're focusing on a few franchises, a few things, and they focus that game, until they're ready to move on to the next thing.
And now, what do you guys think that this is going to be, though, as far as the collaboration goes? Do you think it's going to be a skin? Do you think it's going to be a mission or something?
I'm gonna go weird platformer. I'm going the shot in the dark. I don't know.
No. The collaboration is going to be that it's specifically with Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
No, I got that.
In Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Wait, so you think
there's going to be some weird Final Fantasy based platformer in the middle of Shadow of the Tomb Raider? Maybe it's a side game.
What? She's gonna walk up to an arcade or something and be like, "Oh, look at this! It's an arcade system. Oh, Final Fantasy platformer, my favorite.
That's my shot in the dark."
Yeah.
I don't have any other idea how they're mixing those two.
What did they do with Tekken?
Tekken?
It was just a playable
Noctis
character.
is a whole playable character in
That's
Tekken.
probably what it's
And he looked badass.
Noctis is just going to be a playable character in Shadow of the Tomb Raider?
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Instead of Lara Croft.
That's a lot of work. That'd be
kind of fun, because think about it.
Cool.
Okay, so, he's extremely mobile. It'd be like a Devil May Cry meets meets Tomb Raider.
You'd have a melee-ish zippity-zoo character. And
I love that shit. That'd be cool.
That'd be awesome.
I'd be down for that. I think it's just gonna be a skin. I think it's gonna be you can play as
Noctis
That's Laura,
is-
but she's dressed like Noctis,
Oh,
which will
okay.
make the cutscenes phenomenal.
Yeah.
I love weird cutscenes.
Yeah.
They're enjoyable.
So here's weird something. Here's a weird thing to say out loud. And DayZ is getting a reboot, sort of. Apparently, they're planning a relaunch of the title using a new engine before the end of the month. Lead producer Eugen Harton said, "quote We're releasing DayZ on a new game engine, or on a new engine in a couple of weeks on PC, and it's going to be coming to game preview on Xbox this year. That's basically our aim. I would almost say it's a reboot of DayZ on PC. The game has been in early access since 2013. In 2014 at Gamescom, they're like, by the way, we're going to bring this to PlayStation 4. And then people stopped caring. For years, this game has just sunk into
They've
obscurity.
jumped. They've transcended normal early access bullshit. They have now rebooted their early access.
Yeah.
They've
Only
taken
the most
word early,
powerful
and they
of
ran
early
with it.
access games can do this. PUBG wanted to do this, but they couldn't figure out a way, and they were starting to get some trouble with bad media. So they made their game actually come out and be good. Fortnite came, and they were like, oh no, if only we went with early access plan beta.
I was going to say 2013.
DayZ, on the other hand, has held through, knowing the coming wave of Clash Royale games and such that would ruin them. And they have survived past it, and now they will reboot.
And 2013, that was just when they made it a standalone. Even before that, just modding. So it was early access. And then now, it's going to enter early access.
It's earliest access.
Earliest access.
It's newest, earliest access.
You always get that pretty blue thing when you go to the game store page on Steam. That's what we're really here for.
I mean,
that early access banner on your Steam store page.
The guy went on to say this is the year of DayZ. I swear to God, I didn't write it down, but he
That's
said
what
that.
everyone says in the new year. Like, this is going to be my year.
This would be it, dude. DayZ, man. I'll make it a
In 2018,
Stop trying to make DayZ a thing.
New year, new
It's
zombie.
gonna happen.
New year, new engine.
God.
And then next year, maybe they'll actually make a game that works. I mean, I was hooked on DayZ for a while, and then I played better games. That's the thing. It's there are better games out there. There are games that do exactly what they do, but better. So I will say this. If the engine is as good as they're saying this is going to be their year or whatever, this engine needs to blow all others out of the water. This needs to no longer feel like an early access game, because DayZ absolutely feels like an early access game. This engine needs to feel like a triple A, like, oh my God, wow, now it feels like I'm playing Call of Duty or Battlefield, but in the DayZ world.
They need the Fox engine from Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh, I have
Or like
the weirdest boner right now.
Some Arma 3 on a
No, God
unbelievable.
damn it! Everybody
Wait,
needs to stop.
Let me finish. On an unbelievably expensive PC, where that's the only game that person plays on it, but that's just the engine itself.
supercomputer.
It's not actually the computer being
And
that
the game
good.
is installed on the RAM card. And,
Like
yeah.
they're running a i5 and a horrible
i9.
graphics card, and the engine is trying to play that well. That's what the engine needs to do.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. So it's coming out this month, and we will let you guys know. Maybe, I don't know, depending on if
We'll
it's
see
any
you guys
good.
in 3 years.
Yeah. So another thing, Far Cry 5 has hit a major sales milestone. It is the fastest selling game in the franchise's history. Additionally, players have streamed more than 55,000 hours on Twitch, and YouTube videos have gotten over 117
The
million
game is doing
views.
well.
Really well. It got,
Also,
it got
you get a puma or mountain lion.
cougar.
No, you need to
Is
get
it
the bear.
cougar?
There is the
Cheeseburger?
puma. Yeah,
I want-
Cheeseburger the bear is the only companion.
See, I see the bear, but I really want the cougar.
It's
'Cause
boring.
I want to call it Meow Meow Mix.
Well, I was gonna say. I mean, Tristan, I think have you played it at all?
A little bit out of friends.
A little bit of okay. So Tristan's the only one who's beaten it. You actually beat it, right? Okay.
Yeah, I did beat it.
Ooh.
So, what was it like beating it?
Well, it was my first Far Cry game.
Whoa.
The game itself was fun. The story is incredibly stupid.
That sounds like a Far Cry game.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait, hold on. But would you call?
well-
oh no, this is your first Far. Okay,
Yeah.
so I was gonna say would you
Never
call
mind.
3 stupid, but
3's story was
it was stupid, but it was amazing.
It was stupid, but the author also assumed everyone would be able to read in the lines what the story was, which was just spoilers. It was just Alice in Wonderland, except you were killing people. The whole story is just Alice in Wonderland.
Oh my God,
except
you're
they give you a
right.
choice. The problem is if you pick the friend's choice, you don't get the full feeling. If you pick the tribe chick, you get the full Alice in Wonderland feeling. That's why it has the white rabbit and all the symbols when you're loading and stuff. The whole story is just Alice in Wonderland. He just left it with that choice moment at the end. It ruins it. There shouldn't have been any choice. You should have automatically went with the tribal chick, and you get the full Alice in Wonderland feeling.
Damn.
Story's super awesome now, isn't it?
But I mean, I already thought it was super awesome, but now with that added thing, So I mean, is it stupid? Because all the other Far Cry games are really stupid
4,
too. But
I didn't play through all the way.
Is it fun stupid? Is it like, okay? Is it Crank stupid? Have you seen the movie Crank?
Yeah.
Okay, so I love the
boy.
movie Crank, but it's stupid. It's absolutely stupid, but it's fun stupid.
Story-wise, no. The game, it is very fun. Like, I love blowing up my friend's car. I played the entire thing co-op.
Awesome. Oh, nice.
Which kind of sucks as the second person, which is what I was, because it doesn't really save any of the story progress. I have no idea what's going on, like as far as taking over sections. There are a bunch of different weapons that are tied to how far into taking over that area it's tied to that, and I didn't get any of that, even though I was completing everything with him. So I was using the base weapons.
Sucks. That's like Borderlands 2-ish.
Yeah.
Where when you go back to your own game, you still have to like clear through everything.
Yeah, that was exactly how it is. It's still, like I said, it's really fun. It, I think, succeeds in spite of itself. The story feels super neutered. Yeah. They wanted to be like, oh, we're in America. Oh, it's like right-wing cult, and then they backtrack on everything.
Probably when the backlash first hit, they had that decision between going for it and not, and they didn't.
They should have doubled down.
I think they should have doubled down.
I'm willing to bet that it was never even an option. That when they were considering story-wise, they were thinking, you know what, we don't want to put anything controversial in here because we don't have to deal with that. But we know that the title itself is, I mean, the whole setting itself is probably going to write its own controversy. So we can stay away from controversy
and get all of that
while still
publicity.
getting all the credit. Yeah. Which sucks. I mean, like, I'm not saying every game has to say something.
Tom Clancy kind of did that with Patriots. I know they also did want to change the new engine, but I was so mad I didn't get Patriots. I was so excited.
I mean, you did kind of.
Siege is awesome.
Siege is, I mean, that's Patriots.
From the small amount I played, but I wanted the actual. Tom Clancy's storylines are amazing.
They really are.
We don't get that many good single player, FPS, not like open world, like linear play through this FPS games that are enjoyable.
Corridor shooters,
Battlefield, but I played that a bunch.
We need New Vegas.
COD, but I played a bunch. Like, I want another Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Rainbow Six Las Vegas taught me to play first-person shooters again after GoldenEye.
I remember that was the first game I played where you get the it was multiplayer and it was one kill matches where like you die and now you have to sit out.
Like the weight, you're not doing dumb stuff in a one kill match. Like you're playing at your best from jump. Siege has that same feeling. It's the same reason I haven't gotten far in Siege. I'm scared of everyone who's already been playing it for years.
Yeah, me too. Far Cry 5.
I think it's worth
it today. Yeah.
It looks like. I mean, every Far Cry game to me so far has been worth.
I don't like 4.
4 was too much like 3, and it couldn't top 3's villain. There were good things about 4, but it didn't separate itself enough. Because you had 3, then you had Blood Dragon, and Blood Dragon was awesome for all the 80s and everything.
I missed it. I completely missed out on Blood Dragon.
Somehow, is it not on PC at all?
It is. No, it is. I got it for free like a year or two ago.
You did miss Blood Dragon. You just haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah.
I haven't played Primal yet, which makes me literally think Far Cry 3 and 4 would just... Do people really like hunting stuff to unlock cooler weapons and pouches? And they were like, well, they keep doing it. All right, we're going to make this caveman game and just go for it. And it worked.
Try that one. I played a little bit of it, but I didn't get far.
Primal, from what I'm knowing, is amazing. Like, I've never heard anyone say anything bad about Far Cry Primal. I hear bad things about 4, but all right, 4 felt doomed to fail. Like,
I mean, it was pushed out super quick.
People fucking...
It was basically 3.
Crusaded for 3. Like, they lost their mind about 3. They were crazy about Voss. They were crazy about the game. It was unbelievably pretty when it came out. The animals felt really like... If a tiger thought it could kill you, it would just jump me like, oh, I died to the tiger because I had my bow out. Yeah. That makes sense.
You know what's funny is everybody forgot about 1 and 2.
I never played.
I played 1 and 2, and they were. Remember back in the day when there were like certain games that would be benchmarks for like the new generation as far as like PC games.
The Crisis.
Crisis. There was Crisis.
Crisis 3.
And, well, no, even just Crisis 1.
Well, Crisis 1,
that was one of them. But even before that, Far Cry was the benchmark, and it was because of the AI was like just stupidly smart, and it was the first time I remember I was playing it on all low settings, and the AI's like, the guys are coming up, and I'm hiding behind a rock, and there's a line of them, and it's like, who's behind that rock? Go around! I'm like, how did they know? It just like blew my mind.
That does sound awesome.
And they started flanking, and that was, now it's a standard thing, like enemies will flank you.
Yeah.
But that was the first time that, guys weren't just running straight at me trying to get killed. Like, it was awesome. I don't know. So here's something I never thought I'd talk about again. Middle-earth Shadow of War. According to WB Games, they're completely removing the microtransaction system. This was one of the games that people were, freaking out about, saying, "Oh, microtransactions in a single-player based story game or whatever." They were all pissed off, and the game comes out and it turns out you don't need the microtransactions at all to beat the game. It's not like really difficult.
Still get the microtransaction stuff for free.
Yeah, and that you can get all that stuff for free, and that it's just these little boosts or whatever. So everyone was like, "Okay, cool, not a problem."
Yeah.
Everybody backed off. It's been months now. Nobody's talking about the game. Everybody's done with the game. Most people are done with the game. So WB Games just said on their site, the core promise of the... Well, I lost my place. The core promise of the Nemesis system is the ability to build relationships with your personal allies and enemies in a dynamic open world. I just realized I kind of want to read this. That's my phone. Oh, geez. I kind of want to read this like they would. So let me throw on my business guy, my cocky business guy thing. The core promise of the Nemesis system is the ability to build relationships with your personal allies and enemies in a dynamic open world. While purchasing orcs in the market is more immediate and provides additional player options, we've come to realize that providing this providing this choice risked undermining the heart of our game, the Nemesis system. It allows you to miss out on the awesome players' stories you would have otherwise created, and it compromises those same stories even if you don't buy anything. Simply being aware that they are available for your purchase reduces the immersion in the world and takes away from the challenge of building your personal army and your fortresses. And so yeah, we're taking out the microtransactions, because that's what's important, guys. It's players. It's players. What? Players. We love you. Thanks. We're gonna take out the microtransactions. We're gonna do that. That was a lot funnier in my head. God damn it! Like everything I do.
Yeah.
So
I liked it.
So you're gonna take it out now, months later, after you. That was the joke. Is that they've already collected.
Get mad at them for getting rid of microtransactions.
Because nobody's fucking playing it anymore. All the money that people would have spent, they've already spent it. That was the the thing with that.
Hey, they got that round of Steam sales coming up in summer.
Yeah.
Well, and they've also got DLC.
Yeah, they have DLC about to come out. So.
Yep.
But
get it on people's mind. And so they'll be like, "Oh, I want to support that developer."
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah. Even though they already took all of our fucking money already. WB Games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and now here's the thing, too. Here's another hypothesis that's floating around, is that they do have the DLC, coming out, but additionally, it's possible that they wanted to call attention, because a lot of that was focusing on the Nemesis system. And that is true what they said, that microtransactions kind of do take away from the Nemesis system. It's not like they're lying with this. For the longest time, gamers have been saying, why isn't the Nemesis system in different games? Yeah. It's a great, amazing system, and it could be used perfectly in different games, and it could adapt to anything. It can be in virtually any kind of game you have out there.
Either other people haven't figured out how to make one, or they haven't shared it with anyone.
Even the developers, why don't they put it in different games? So that's the hypothesis floating around right now, is that maybe they're about to introduce a Nemesis system into another game, and they want to distance themselves from the microtransactions before they do that.
That would work great in some kind of martial arts world game.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dueling and
Just
stuff.
sleeping dogs.
Like a Sleeping Dogs or Jade Empire
Yeah.
kind of feeling game. And then that Nemesis system with your rivals and I don't know, maybe you like bust dojos or something. I don't know. Spitballing here. I just want that game because it's not going to get made at all and it sucks.
It'd be great in like the
Ignore me.
Spider-Man game or something.
Oh my
different villains.
god, if
Be
I
your
could
current
have a nemesis system so certain villains would do more towards me
Yeah.
depending on what I've done, I'd kill myself for that.
So
Ghost me would enjoy.
this just popped in my head, but what about this? The Nemesis system in a Madden game. Think about that.
That would
I want it in
actually
like an
work.
NFL Blitz game.
That would work.
I mean, yeah, I mean, more you know, more
Any
fun in a
sports game.
blitz game, yeah. But like any sports
sports
game
game
where
would
like
work
you
really
know
well
you
with
tackle
that.
somebody, you juke somebody, you do whatever enough times, and eventually you develop a nemesis, and they get bonuses against you, and you get bonuses against them, and it becomes this whole thing, and they're out to get you. So anytime you get, I'm gonna expose how little I know about like the inner workings of football, but anytime two players get matched up, defensively, like that your nemesis is always going to get matched up against you. Little things like that. Kyle says nemesis in a GTA style game.
That's called online. It's just GTA 5 online.
There you go.
Everyone's a nemesis on there.
I think
Everyone's
sports
a dick.
games are a good place for that, but I think it'd be better with like a one-on-one sport. Because if it's like, oh, will this one player have on my 12-person team or however many people are in football?
Well, for basketball and football, that would work when you're playing the more direct roles, receivers versus corners and safeties and stuff like that. Basketball works a lot because there's a lot of one-on-one interactions to get to the hoop. Like, if you get boxed out by one dude all night, you're never going to score.
That's true.
Yeah.
But then that would just have to make those interactions in a basketball or football game way more dynamic, which they're not doing at the moment.
All right. So yeah, thanks a lot, WB Games. Go fuck yourselves. Spyro the Dragon is officially returning this fall in the Spyro Reignited Trilogy collection. It's going to be coming to both Xbox One and PS4. Not the Switch, unfortunately. No PC
I don't care about the Switch.
announcement. The game is being developed by studio Toys for Bob, who worked on the Skylanders franchise, which is kind of interesting because they were the ones who
Wasn't
played-
Spyro in the
Yeah.
Skylanders franchise?
Exactly.
yeah.
Which is weird. I don't know. While Insomniac is fully concentrating on the upcoming Spider-Man game, the two studios are checking in with each other to make sure the remaster is staying true to the spirit of Insomniac's original games. The game will be coming out September 21st and will retail for $39.99.
It's crazy to think that Naughty Dog and Insomniac came from like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro to what they're doing now.
Yep. And Jamie in the chat apparently is freaking out because she didn't know this. Yes, Spyro is coming back. She's
It
OMG
looks
Spyro.
amazing.
It does look
should
really,
be
really good.
the first 3 games, I believe.
Yeah, it's the trilogy, and they are remastering everything. They're not remaking it; they're remastering everything, including the voices, which
take
is going to be done
anything.
by the guy who voices SpongeBob SquarePants. So
Cool.
I don't think he's going to do a SpongeBob voice when he does Spyro.
I hope not.
That'd be kind of weird.
I just want to hit money bags with the headbutt after charging for way too long. Because stop taking my money so I can move forward to the next level.
So the thing is, like with Spyro, what I'm worried about is that we're looking at it with nostalgic glasses, and because when was the last time you played Spyro?
2 years ago.
What? Really?
I wanted to replay Spyro.
How was it?
Wasn't that bad? It's
Wasn't bad?
way quicker than you remember, though. We were trash at video games while young. Spyro does not take long to complete.
Really?
At least not the older ones. Maybe some of the newer ones have more
Okay.
content.
'Cause that was
The
my
older ones,
worry.
We were just shitty, and we probably looked around too much because the worlds felt big and they were pretty.
I mean that was
was
my worry
super
is
pretty,
that
but,
it's too dated, like Crash. Like Crash was looked at through nostalgic eyes. Crash wasn't a good fucking game. I'm sorry. I stand by it. It's not a good fucking game.
Still really like Crash.
How?
Still
Then
love
I don't
it.
trust you about Spyro.
It's fun.
I don't trust you about Spyro because Crash is just
It's fun. People bought it enough that they're bringing it to
Apparently.
Switch for some
Do you
reason.
not think it's a good game because you're comparing it to games now? Is that?
I see where you're going with this. Which thank
Is
you
that
for.
why?
Wait. Were you?
No, I wasn't
Oh,
going
okay.
anywhere. I mean, is that why you don't think it's a good game?
Well, yeah, no, because I'm comparing to today's standards. Absolutely, I'm
Well, I
saying
understand that.
today it's not a good game. It's like GoldenEye.
Mascot
and all
games were... GoldenEye... There's a reason GoldenEye never worked every time it came back. GoldenEye was awesome when it came out.
So that's what I was worried about.
GoldenEye's not good now.
I definitely acknowledge that Spyro, when it came out, was phenomenal. It was so much fun. It was incredible. But to remaster a game that was only is like with the GoldenEye thing. If you remaster a turd, it's gonna come out looking like a shiny turd.
Spyro to me, I mean, it's not perfect. It's still really fun to play.
Okay.
Just run around as a dragon, breathing fire and headbutting stuff.
That's true. That is fun.
Move through. It's a great mascot platformer game.
Yeah. But I thought you were, Tristan, I thought you were referring to the bet that we're doing, which now has a date, April 27th, starting at roughly 2 a.m. You will be able to watch me on Twitch, YouTube, and no, not Facebook. On Twitch and YouTube, simultaneously, you can watch me stream Dead Island for 24 hours.
What are you playing it on?
PC.
If I own it, I might hop in for some.
No, you can't help him.
Oh.
What?
That's not helping. He's just playing the game.
Yeah, you'll keep him awake.
Well, I mean, wait, what?
Yeah.
Well, if I play it out, he's definitely like obviously awake.
Also, I don't know if I'll have the ability to do multiplayer. So
Are you saying that?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying I don't know if my PC. You know what, with the streaming and everything, like I don't know.
Okay.
A lot of bandwidth problems.
Got it. I'll leave it alone.
So if that's an issue, then maybe I could fix that problem. But anyways, so that's gonna be happening April 20. I should have had a graphic come up and it was like
April 20th.
April 20th. Dead Island 24-hour stream.
I was trying to think of a cool Rodney Kingish way to say it, but I couldn't think of a word that started with D. He was all alliteration and nothing.
Also, Dave Brown was asking, was it good in its time?
Crash was.
I think Crash was
the
fun
boss
in its time.
at its time. Yeah. Nobody was talking about Mario when Crash was playing. Everybody was talking about Crash.
Exactly, and Crash was amazing when it came out, and especially like the 3D graphics and all that. But I'm saying now, when you don't have the 3D graphics to fall back on, all you have is gameplay.
Still,
it's like
super fun.
They're better games. They're just better games. I don't know.
They are, but
so
I'm not playing Crash because it's not better games. Playing Crash is fucking Crash.
Speaking of which, though, it brings me to a subject that I thought would be interesting to discuss with this recent successful trend of remastering and remaking 3D platformers. I was thinking, what old franchises would you like to see in my paper? What old franchises would we like to see?
I just read. I can't help it. Like, I can see it. I just read ahead.
What old franchises would we like to see brought back? I stole a list from IGN to start us off. The first one is Ape Escape.
That'd be nice.
Never played it.
I've seen it, but I never played it.
It was just fun.
Well, I mean, so ultimately it's going to come down to gameplay. Will the gameplay hold up, or was it just pretty because it was 3D?
That definitely wasn't one of those pretty because it was 3D. The monkeys had sharp elbows. It was just fun catching those apes.
Okay.
Music was fun.
Banjo-Kazooie. That one...
See, I would have put something towards that except ukulele.
I was going to say ukulele bomb, so...
Did anyone hear anyone talking about ukulele after it came out? Like,
I did. Oh, no, I did, but it was just like, oh, that was...
Absolutely nothing.
They were like,
I didn't see anyone streaming it. I didn't hear anyone saying, well, playing ukulele tonight. Or anyone else playing ukulele. I heard nothing.
No, I mean, I heard stuff. It wasn't anything. It was like, oh, so that's a
ukulele
game.
Died quietly in its bed.
Yeah. Kyle says, I know I've said this before, but Medieval, is that
They're actually doing a remake or a remaster of that.
Okay. I don't know what that is. I mean, I've heard it.
Medieval,
I've heard it. I can imagine.
like the skeleton.
I was going to say, I can imagine
it's the
cover.
PS1 game with the skeleton and he throws his head.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Bubsy 3D. I haven't played it. A lot of these I haven't played. I was kind of hoping that maybe.
Yeah, we're going to slide past Bubsy.
All right. Conquer. Now, I was playing that recently, the Xbox version.
Yes.
Fucking.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know why this isn't a thing. Freaking Xbox. You want an exclusive?
Yeah, make a new Conquer game.
Make a new Conquer game. Fuck.
Would be very smart, but Xbox ain't smart.
No, they're not. Microsoft.
Not with their properties. Oh, yes.
Croc. You guys play Croc?
Croc was fun.
Yeah.
Didn't play him. No.
Platformer. I mean, another mascot platformer, but it was enjoyable.
Would you want to see a remade or remastered?
I'd want a completely new game, like a studio
like
that
a
knows what it's
remake?
doing.
Or
like
just
literally,
a new sequel?
like I don't want more remakes. I want more like Rayman Legend moves from these old franchises trying to come back. Like make a new game, updated. Don't just remake it prettier. Like make a whole new game. You can add to it. Just move the franchise forward instead of just trying to relive through nostalgia. Because if Rayman would have done that, okay, cool, I get to replay through Rayman where it looks better, but I probably wouldn't have got Rayman Legends after Origins.
So I've never played Rayman. What kind of gameplay is that?
It's platformer, you could hit some stuff. It's just fucking hard.
Yeah.
So
Like, Mario was... Essentially, if you went by platformers, Mario was casual while Rayman was like, fuck me, I finally beat the music stages last night. No one at school can talk to me about shit. I'm better than y'all.
So what if, I mean, because the Ubisoft and, Ubisoft owns Rayman and they're partnering with Nintendo. Could you combine the two? Could you have a
already
Rayman
slightly did that with Rabbids.
I mean, that's Kingdom.
It's not the same thing,
yeah,
but
that's XCOM.
they're at least... I mean, it was an XCOM-like game, but I'm saying they already are starting to
I'm saying,
mix.
like, yeah, so
you could definitely pull... I mean, it's not the first time anyone's done the platformer switch. There was those Crash and Spyro swap-around games where Spyro was in Crash's world and Crash was in Spyro's world, but you could do a Rayman swapped with Mario, but it would be literally putting Rayman in a 3D... Obviously, Mario's 3D platformer, open-worldy kind of levels, whereas Mario would go into a 2D side-scroller. If you fuck up any jump, you're gonna die.
Yeah. Dave Brown actually has a really good idea. Legacy of Kain. Love a remaster. That was a good one. You guys play that one?
I didn't play that one.
I've
The
heard...
story was fun, too.
I've heard talks about people... talks about a studio talking about how they like to do it, but I haven't heard anything concrete.
No, now that you say that actually does sound familiar.
Yeah, I haven't heard any talks about it going concrete, but hopefully
That'd be fun.
I never actually played through like Sea of Kain series. It's something I've always wanted to touch. I just haven't gotten around to it. Probably because I'm playing Diablo 3 right now for fucking
Jesus
some reason.
Christ, man.
Isn't
I
the
love
season
loot
like
games.
4 months old?
I'm playing Diablo 3 and Borderlands 2 at the same time right now.
What
Borderlands
character are you playing
2?
in Diablo 3?
What year is it?
Necromancer right now, but I'm gonna run another Witch Doctor on my season. I mean, I got my set items already, so I've done
Glover.
enough. No idea what that is.
That's the glove. It's the little...
It's the hamburger helper glove.
You gonna skip over Gex though?
Oh, Gex.
Because I play more
played
Gex.
I never played Gex.
Gex was fun. I mean, the Gex I played, they kind of completely stole the whole like portrait thing and made it movie posters and stuff
Yeah.
for him jumping into his levels. But one level, you got to be a giant lizard monster and fight another monster like Godzilla, and that was enough for second grade me to think that game was the best ever.
So Alex says Gun remastered. I think, now here's the problem with Gun. Even though that was a fun game, I'd say that it hasn't been long enough for a remaster. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
another
Like,
one where I say they should just make a new game in the franchise.
I think, well, yeah, I'd say either a sequel, because I mean, there's almost like a reverse
sequel.
statute of limitations. Like,
Yeah.
a game needs to be like a certain age before you remaster. So, like when they did that with Shadow of Colossus, I'm not talking about the new one, the remake. I'm saying the remaster.
Yeah, the remaster was weird. That was just Sony knowing people would buy it again.
Yeah. So,
And it worked.
I feel like it wasn't enough time for them to remaster.
Same thing happened with Okami. People
know.
bought that like crazy.
But that was actually good. Okami HD was a success.
Did the Shadow of Colossus remaster not sell?
Remaster? No, remake or the remaster?
Remaster.
Remaster, I have no idea.
Oh, okay. I about to say, I know a bunch of people who own too many copies of both of those games.
Oh my god. So I'm just gonna go through a couple of these. Jet Set Radio.
People will buy that up. Like
So they put
anything.
that on the remaster list. I mean on the platformer list. And I was hesitant to put that on there. Because it kind of is. It's like a platformer, but it's more like a Tony Hawk like skating thing even before Tony Hawk. So is that really?
I see more about Jet Set Radio than I ever should on social media. I have no interest in Jet Set Radio. I've never played the game. I don't really care. I don't know why people like it.
It doesn't hold up.
I
It's
hear
nostalgia
about it
classes again.
so much more than I hear about a lot of things for some reason.
Like, it's absolutely nostalgia classes again. I mean, we have better games now. We have all the Tony Hawk games. Ever since Thug came out, like, we don't need Jet Set Radio. We just don't.
Can I yell at Kyle real quick?
Yeah.
Kyle, try out Divinity Original Sin since you missed Baldur's Gate. I don't know if it'll completely, like, quench that feeling, but I heard Pillars of Eternity, while good, didn't, like, satisfy people needing a new Baldur's Gate, and Divinity Original Sin does pretty well for most of those people.
All right. So then the last one, Mario 64. So I just beat Odyssey, and I was thinking that I mean, they had this whole Mushroom Kingdom level with Peach and stuff, and they had the same music. You know, when you jump into a painting, it goes womp 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 womp, and it just got me wanting a new, not new, but a remake, remaster, whatever. Even use the Odyssey engine. I wouldn't even mind that of Mario 64. I'd be absolutely down for that.
Sorry, Kyle's comment. He forgot he was playing through, I'm assuming, Divinity Original Sin. And he thanked me.
Okay.
You're welcome, Kyle. Go play your games.
So that does it for the news. We got time? Yeah, we got... yeah, fuck it.
2 more pieces of news.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, do your things. Do your
Spider-Man
Yeah.
PS4 has announced its release date. I believe it is September 7th or 9th. They've announced, a continuous DLC pack that's supposed to come, I believe, with the game. There's no microtransactions, but they want something that it's called The City That Never Sleeps, that essentially it comes with the game and it like continues the story a bit afterwards, and at least 3 DLC packs afterwards. Also, a ridiculous amount of alternate uniforms, but all the alternate uniforms have a special ability tied to it. Ooh. But you're allowed to take the special ability once you unlock that uniform onto another one, so you can look cool, but also have ability you'd want on something else. And
so it's going to be different Spider-Verses and stuff? Like, it's going to be, my favorite's Noir. I love Noir Spider-Man.
At the very least, on the costumes, yes, because they already have Spider-Punk in it, and there's no real reason for him to be Spider-Punked up. Seeing as how it's the older Spider-Man. He's a early scientist now, so past Daily Bugle levels and everything. He's definitely been at the game for a while. No
I think
origin
they said
story.
He's there for like 8 years.
Yeah, I knew it was a bit.
Yeah,
and him and MJ have already like dated for a bit and broken up. So it's a bit further ahead. Fucking thankfully, because I don't want to play through Spidey's origin anymore. I want like an adult
great power
Spidey.
Comes great responsibility.
I want my adult Spidey who's already in the game and just dealing with the ridiculousness that Spidey has to deal with. They've got quite a few villains already announced. Fisk, Mr. Negative, I believe Electro, Rhino, and
who's also negative.
Taskmaster.
Ooh, they have Taskmaster?
Yeah, Taskmaster's in
Hell
there.
yeah.
A few others. I can't remember all of them right now. Nothing confirmed for Norman Osborn yet, but also. Hopefully.
Cool. What's the other news?
I don't know. That was all I needed.
Did you talk about Dragon Quest last week?
Nope.
No. Dragon Quest 11 also comes out in September for PS4 and Steam. I believe it's the 17th.
These are great dates, by the way, all these September releases, because everybody's just getting out of the way of Red Dead. And I was like, October? Nope, fuck that. Hey, release it earlier or push it later. Nope. Red Dead's got October, guys. Like Battlefield, Call of Duty, they all got out of the way.
Like, those... Spider-Man at the least could probably fight against COD and Battlefield, but Red Dead... It's just no reason.
You don't compete with a Rockstar
reason
game.
To do that.
You don't compete with a Rockstar game. You just get out of the way and pray that you can. Yeah.
Rockstar's always gonna sell.
I mean, when Call of Duty,
Square could throw Dragon Quest against it, but that's mostly the people who are buying Dragon Quest 11 are buying it regardless of whatever other games are coming out. That's the only reason I'm saying that's a niche buy. They're bringing that over here because if they didn't, they deal with a whole bunch of bad publicity. People bitching because they know good and damn well they have enough money to translate it.
Yeah.
Although they are adding voice acting, which the Japanese version didn't get because the developers and directors for the game were like, a true JRPG, they don't need voice acting. They can hear beep, 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 and be happy. That's essentially
Joker,
what they said.
so cool.
And orchestra.
I need that
and
in
some
my
extra
life. I need that.
Maybe we don't need voice acting.
Wow, way to go, Sensei!
What game were you playing this at, Sensei?
All of them. Oh, Senpai, you're so hot.
You were playing more Japanese RPGs than me.
I don't know. It's just that's not even any. I'm not thinking of any game when I say that. It's just all of them. The Japanese are weird.
They are, and yet us Americans love their content much.
Oh yeah, love me some Persona. All right, so now we're gonna go back in time to 1998. Just elbowed you there. 1998, am I right? Am I right? April 1998, 20 years ago, to check out GamePro's April issue. I'm going to start with a letter from Ben Kirsten, who lives in South Africa. And I'm going to do my best South African accent. Here we go.
Here we go.
I'm going to channel my inner ninja. Here we go. Yo! Shit. I'm from South. Shit. You know what I'm talking about, right, Ninja? From the Outward?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just trying to see how well you can get through this.
Yo, I'm from South Africa. Yeah, when we're not hunting in the bush for our food or watching our families die from smallpox or rare monkey diseases, we actually play video games. I'm not. I'm going to stop that. I'm going to stop it right now.
Let's see how far you go.
Keep going.
Get further.
I was trying to do a Yolandi accent earlier. We don't have electricity. Games in South Africa are very expensive too. I'll stop. We do have electricity. Games in South Africa are very expensive though. The hardware goes for about $200 and the games for about $75. But I won't complain about the high prices like people from other countries do. Could you please just answer some questions? Now this I've prepared and I will do like Ninja.
Okay.
Final Fantasy VII for the PlayStation was released there on December 27th. Wow. 2. I heard there's gonna be a Final Fantasy VIII for the PlayStation. Is this true? I'm spitting a lot. 3. Will there be a sequel to Vandal Hearts? 4. Could you please send me a copy of a game that you guys don't play anymore? 5. Why do your readers always ask weird questions in the hope that you'll think they're so weird and so cool that you'll print the letters? If you print this letter, I will send you a free lucky elephant's foot that I severed yesterday. I know that you won't send the game, so I just want to say that you guys are cool. I wish I was as cool as you are. Then I could play games all day and not have a social life. It would be so much fun. That's it.
I feel like the guy probably is not actually from South Africa.
Yeah. That got really like. I mean, all that is exactly what he said.
Severed elephant foot.
A whole severed elephant foot.
It's gonna cost a lot to ship.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
The refrigeration unit is gonna be the bitch. It's not the real storage size. It's a refrigeration.
Well, I mean, it could be.
He's not jerking or drying out an elephant's foot.
No, but it could be. It could be what you call it. It could be taxidermy. Taxidermy elephant foot.
Nobody wants a stuffed elephant's foot.
Wait, hold on. First of all,
You want the whole elephant.
No. Yeah. Where am I gonna put a whole fucking elephant?
But do you not want the whole elephant?
Where are you gonna put an elephant foot?
Here.
Where
like
in your
right
house
here.
does the elephant foot really?
Mount it
It doesn't.
on the wall.
It's not gonna tie this room together.
It would be a doorstop.
It's not gonna tie the room.
I would have it as a doorstop.
It's gonna take up the whole door.
That's
No,
gonna be the most annoying
Actually, I will.
doorstop.
All right, baby elephant foot. Like just
Well,
like
now
something
you're
like
killing
this big.
baby
That's
elephants.
even more sad.
No, dude, they leave the little elephant alive. You just take off his foot, and then it's just hopping
Oh
around.
yeah, that's a great life.
That's not gonna
just
work.
hopping around.
With the weight distribution.
No, I'll be alright. Okay, well then you do it on the other side, so that way it hops.
Why don't you
Smells
chop
like-
off all 4 legs?
Oh my god, what if you just
Downright
chop off
Fierce
the feet?
Gaming.
You just
We
chop off the
mutilate baby
feet,
elephants.
and then it still has nubs. It can still nub around. I'd be down for that. Get at me, South. See you, Africa. So this letter is from Tim K1313. I was on AOL 2 days ago when I tried to go on GamePro Online. It was gone. What happened? And this is their response. GamePro is no longer supporting a site on America Online. Our highly successful chat room and games area was definitely one of the best on AOL, but we decided to focus our efforts on our website. On our website. Check out www.gamepro.com for the same archive of codes, in-depth reviews, timely editors exclusives, and the best chat area for gamers ever. Again, that's http://www.gamepro.com/mainpage.html. Click.
Question mark.
Yeah, then you hit enter. Question mark. Question mark. Valid. No. Event. Page find. Query.
Blink text.
Search. Fucking baby out, guys. Come on, we're a team here. We're a fucking team.
You went
Bail me
so
out.
far.
I don't know what I was doing. Okay, I got nervous. I
And then,
just started talking.
I believed in you because you weren't fucking up.
How long have we been fucking doing this?
You're the captain of the ship.
D-pad. You did really well. I didn't fucking do well at all. You let me do the whole goddamn thing in the South African accent. Now we're gonna get sued by South Africa. Why do I sound like Charlie Day?
They don't have suing money right now. They're dealing with the aftermath of apartheid.
They're trying to figure out how to cure all these elephant feet.
That was so lame. Okay, so
You really did sound like Charlie Day right then. You could have definitely been his body double in Pacific Rim for a bit.
oh god, I saw the sequel. It was so
Yeah, that hurt me inside. Don't, viewers,
I know, you just
everyone,
don't
listeners,
see it.
don't.
see it.
It's like they had Pacific Rim, and they were like, instead of making another good, awesome movie about giant robots fighting giant monsters, we're gonna rip the very heart and soul out of this movie
Yeah.
and make the most cliche bullshit ever. You'll like a few scenes,
Oh yeah, I know a few,
but like there's things about it that are good. But everything you could like, other than those scenes, no.
I shit you not. There was a point where one of the characters looked at the screen and just go, "It's time to save the world again."
I literally wanted to. There were so many ways that movie could have been better.
Yeah.
Like,
It was so
sitting
bad.
through it, I was just sitting there like, well, if they'd have done this instead, this would have been an amazing moment. But I,
fights
think
were okay.
this-
The
movie.
I didn't turn my brain off enough.
Oh yeah, no. I was looking forward to a stupid movie. Like
But
yeah,
this
stupid's
was
cool.
more
I wasn't
than-
looking for a great
like,
story.
it's fine if it's a well-made movie that's stupid, but
It was just
this was stupidly made
it was
and
terrible.
stupid with just
I left after the last
good
fight.
enough effects.
After the last fight because I didn't care how the story ended. I just wanted to see the last
that's
fight.
it.
That's it. That's fine.
After the scene on the mountain, then
Yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. I'm cool. That's fine because that's where it ended for me.
with the first movie, ending where they did was fine.
Yeah.
Like there was symbolism with the sky and weather and everything.
I mean,
In
that
the
was a
second movie,
stupid
I'm like,
movie, but, like,
y'all need to fucking wrap this up.
wrap it up, just like
And
this podcast.
nothing got wrapped.
So in the pro news section, there's an article called "Sega confirms new console." Keep in mind, this is 1998 April, so in 1 year and like X amount of months, we know what's gonna happen.
Dreams are made of that.
Dreams are made.
Man, I get me a
dreams come true.
Dreamcast 2, I'm gonna go crazy.
In January, Sega finally confirmed what most gamers already know, or at the very least suspected. The company has a new console in development positioned to meet the Nintendo 64 and PlayStation 2 head-on. Official details are still sketchy. Sega has stated only that Microsoft will supply a version of its Windows CE operating system, and the unit will appear on American shores in 1999, and that it will, of course, deliver gaming experiences never before possible.
Which was true.
Because it's true, because it's so hackable.
God, if it wasn't for the hacking.
And then finally, this issue had a first look at an upcoming PlayStation game called Grand Theft Auto. As a carjacker trying to rise in the rank within the what the fuck is happening?
You need to take
dying?
over?
I think I'm having a stroke. Within the Mafia, your role in Grand Theft Auto involves more than just theft. In order to gain notoriety from the bosses, you must perform specific tasks such as making hits on your enemies or collecting protection money from restaurants. At your disposal are 30 vehicles to carjack, plus a slew of weapons ranging from a machine gun to a flamethrower. With over 200 missions taking place in 3 gigantic cities, will Grand Theft Auto be one of America's most wanted, or will be a victim of foul play? More on this Micro Machines with a twist coming soon.
20 years later, Grand Theft Auto 5 is still the most selling game ever.
And Rockstar is the greatest game company ever created.
We've got so much money, we can afford to do our games well without fucking over our customers. We're swimming in it. Oh, drowning in all this video game money. It's the best.
Get out of our way, Call of Duty. Oh, fuck you,
EA, did
Battlefront.
Battlefront not work? Disney, give us Star Wars. We'll do great.
Holy shit, they should.
Oh, if Disney
Oh my God,
slapped
they
Star Wars
should.
over there, it'd be amazing.
Fuck, why don't they?
If you ever wanted to create your own superhero game, again, Rockstar would probably
Why
be able to do
don't
very
people
well with that.
license, not license, but get, well,
I'm
just give the
assuming
license
Rockstar
to
doesn't
Rockstar.
really ask for anything. They
Do you
just
think
make
Disney's
whatever
gonna
they
let
fucking feel
Rockstar
like. and-
make a Disney game.
They'd have the money to back it?
I mean,
not?
Disney's done some stuff. Have you ever seen Atlantis?
Yeah, a long time ago.
A lot of people died in that movie, and that was just a regular ass kid movie. I'm sure for video games they don't care that much.
Well, now it is time to move on to video game 20 questions. This is where I picked a random video game that these two will have 20 questions to guess. I'm going to make chat go away. I actually remembered to do that this time. They can ask yes or no questions, and then after 10 questions, I will look at the chat, and I will see if you guys have any useful questions that they can use. So, start.
Is it an RPG?
No.
He's not letting me get it easy this time. Is it a platformer?
No.
Is it a driving game?
No.
Is it a first-person shooter?
No.
Shit, just one shooter.
This is just like last week, except I'm saying no instead of yes to everything. No.
Good Lord.
I think this is the most no's we've ever started with.
Was it originally made after 2001?
I don't know why I had to look. Yes.
Okay. I just wanted something.
Yeah, we needed a yes.
I forgot it's 2018 and that is still like too much time. But we know it's after 2001 now.
We basically split it in half. Like the history.
Good video. Hey, we only got Nintendo 64, PS1 era forward.
That's not bad.
PS2 forward.
Was it a licensed game?
Yes. Haven't asked that question in a while.
All right.
Okay.
Wow. Good job.
Do you play as a human being?
You can.
Shit. Not helpful.
Yeah, that was extremely
I know that dinosaur after the movie is not this game, and that's about it right now.
You can.
You can.
Is there character customization?
Probably not in the way you're thinking, but yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Well, that's just fuck you.
Not in the way you're thinking. But yes.
We might fuck this up, Tristan.
Yeah, we're...
So licensed game after
Like,
2001.
be more specific.
I mean, like
be
at
more
the
specific.
beginning, like...
No, just be specific what you mean by that.
Yeah, when you are initially starting the game, can you customize your character's looks?
Yes.
Okay.
So licensed game after 2001, you can play as a person.
Just as a helpful thing, be careful.
And
with
it's
that.
licensed, and you can customize your character. That's weird.
Be careful with the customizing. I don't want you to go down.
That was a stupid question.
Just forget that completely.
Why would you let me ask that?
Why didn't you just say no?
Because that'd be a lie.
Should we?
By the way,
should we ask if it was after a movie or a TV show?
By the way, we're just real quick. I should have mentioned this last week, but we were doing the April Fool's thing. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle was $30, and I didn't realize that was a timed sale. Now it's back up to $60, and I should have mentioned that, so at least somebody could have gotten
cheap
it.
XCOM for them.
Yeah,
I was gonna say you, but them. Oh no, you just suck now. Should we ask if it was licensed after? Was it licensed after a movie?
Ooh.
I can't really answer that. I'm gonna.
Wait.
No.
Okay, so not a movie.
So not The Matrix Reloaded.
Damn. No.
It's a book or TV show.
Huh.
I should have said video media. Darn.
Why can't you answer that?
I did answer. I said no.
I know, but we just gotta move forward without that. This is... If it's fucking Witcher, I'm gonna flip my shit if it's Witcher.
Well, narrow something down.
What was the fucking first Witcher game? Wait, no, he's
called The Witcher.
Well, he's
No, I'm pulling up chat.
he's a human.
Oh God! Oh
Sort
God!
of,
Oh
yeah.
God!
Yeah.
Every week.
What was your exact answer to playing as a human?
You said you can.
Can. No one you play in the Witcher series is actually fully human. Even
No, he's not.
No, I'm saying he's not, and neither is Siri, so never mind.
Yeah, they're not human.
It's not Witcher.
Yeah, it's not Witcher.
That is a licensed Siri after a book, though.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Gotta get that out.
No questions yet.
Is it Star Wars fucking Battle? No, those are movies.
Yeah. What the hell is
Battlefront did fit a lot of these things.
I know. Well, first person shooter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
I guess that was third person.
Battlefront was third.
Yeah, the original one was third.
Original.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that.
Oh, I didn't play that.
That one could be third person.
Not
too.
microtransaction in the game.
I did not know you could play that in third.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot better in first, but still no questions.
Not an exclusive license.
This is tough.
What if it's like Madagascar the game?
I wouldn't do that to you guys. Would not do that
Should
to
we
you guys.
start cutting out licensing?
Yeah,
It's was it licensed after a Disney?
No, don't do that
Oh.
because Disney owns everything.
Fuck. What would it?
Because they would, Marvel would fall under that.
Yeah, never mind. I didn't ask that question.
Yeah.
He cut me off. Thank God. I forgot Disney owns everything now. So
Yeah.
fuck you, Disney. Taking over the world slowly.
What if it's something like Ultimate Alliance
Which would not be movies.
and you can play as a human?
And I don't believe any of the it's not really an RPG
Yeah.
or platformer. That's an action RPG.
Yeah.
It's a Diablo clone.
So no, never mind.
Shouldn't be. His eyes tell nothing. Okay, it shouldn't be that. I'd be more pissed if it turned out to be that and he didn't say that was an RPG.
Yeah.
God damn it,
It's
yes
in the
it is.
name.
Why did we find out it was licensed? This made it much worse.
Yeah.
Man, we look so good. We look so good.
As we struggle to not
I'm
mess
just
up
video
our streak
wise.
of
I mean,
not
my God, we
getting
look
the
so
question.
pretty.
It's
And
just
nobody's
pretty
blurry
enough
on
you
the
can see
outside.
everything, but
Like,
not so pretty you can look in someone's pores.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
I
that'd
think
be
we
like
should narrow down
4K.
the time more.
Go for it.
Did it come out for the Xbox 360, PS3 generation?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, I learned something when I was doing research for games. You know what we always forget to include in that generation? Not Wii U.
Which generation does that
Wii
go
who?
for?
Yeah.
Thought Wii U went into
That's-
the
that's-
PS4 generation.
That kind of like made its own generation.
Wii U came out 2012. That would.
Oh
definitely
yeah,
go
yeah. Actually, you know what?
PS4.
Wii U was like at the end of.
Yeah. I mean, it came out a year. They always come
whatever,
out a bit
yeah.
earlier, but
we
it's
always forget to
definitely
mention
not.
Wii U. Yeah.
Yeah, I always think of Wii U as the next generation. Switch is just there
Switch
at
is
the
just
same.
Switch.
Switch just caught them up to where everyone else was, and they just put out pros.
Yeah.
Um,
All right.
Is it a superhero game?
Yes.
I think
Okay.
it might be Batman.
it could be. Which one though?
Well, PS3, that would be like Arkham Asylum.
That's what I'm saying. There's Arkham Asylum, there's Arkham City, and Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
Well, no, Arkham Knight's next gen,
Yeah.
but it's City, Asylum, and I believe Origins are all still on there. Is it a Batman game?
What do you mean by that? What
I mean, yes.
do you mean by that?
Is it based on the Batman license?
No, I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I wouldn't call it that.
Oh, shit. Is it a fighting game?
Yep.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Yeah.
I mean, is that based on
No.
the bat? So yeah.
Is
And
it
he's
just-
right
Wait,
with the
wait,
not
wait,
playing as a human.
Is it? Yeah, I'll just give it. I was gonna say, be careful because there's 2 of these games. But
Yeah,
yes,
but
it
that
is
came out after.
Injustice.
The second
15.
when he said it, like, I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean You don't know if it's Batman.
I mean, because like the way you were wording that, I mean, like if you were saying it's based on Batman license, so the Batman license is in there.
Yeah. That's why I asked if it was a Batman game.
Based on it.
I know what you meant.
Yeah.
Based off of would have still had us like going down other Batman games.
Yeah. That's why.
And it is partially based off that.
So what was the one I kept saying? Be careful with that. I forgot now.
Customization.
You can do different skins.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that, I mean, technically, yes, you can change the way your character looks. You know, and I didn't want to say no because even though it's not important, like you could change the way your character looks.
In the first Injustice, the skin thing wasn't super crazy like the second one.
No, not at all. But I mean, just the fact that it's possible. So it came out April 16, 2013. Now, what would you call? Was that 3D? Because they're saying 2.5D.
Yeah, 2.5.
Most fighting games get the 2.5 because it has that 3D look to it, but it all stays on a 2D plane.
Because I mean, like some of the like sequences turns into
like Soul Calibur and Tekken, I would say would be like a 3D fighter.
Yeah,
like if you can't actually move around, usually they put it as 2.5.
So when you describe the environment, then it should be. Oh, actually, you know what? That makes sense. 2.5D environment.
Yeah.
But it's 3D models.
Yeah, 3D models, but 2.5D.
Came out for PS3, 360, and Wii U. Eventually got a PS4, Vita, and PC and mobile release. And
good story in that game.
Yeah. So
great story, actually.
Yeah, actually, that was the only thing I liked about that game because I don't like that kind of fighting.
I like that.
I enjoy the fighting, but not for.
I don't like combos like that. I like Soul Calibur where you can just kind of feel it out and make your own. Combos.
I got you. Well, every fighting game franchise is different unless you're an Arxis game.
Yeah.
So.
By the way, real quick before we leave, I said I beat Mario Odyssey, and I'm playing a new game that I recommend everybody play because I completely missed out on it, and I feel like a lot of people did too. Oxenfree.
That game is fantastic.
Thanks to Humble
shit.
Play.
Have you played it yet?
Not yet.
Dude,
like I said,
Tristan. Yeah, I have no idea how far I am into it, but like.
I love the way they do dialogue in that game.
Oh, so good.
And they have a new game that's coming out in like a year or two.
Except for that you can step over each other's...
I liked that.
You did?
Yeah.
But I mean,
it made it feel more like a natural conversation.
But I wanted...
Like I'm doing to you right now.
But I wanted the...
Was Oxenfree the one where you go through the different scenarios?
It's where you go to the island.
No, I'm thinking of a different game that has the same look. Come on.
All right. Well, anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there. If there's any games you guys want to recommend real quick before we wrap it up.
Ni no Kuni 2 is quite enjoyable if you like JRPGs, but if you want difficulty, it is unfortunately not there at the start.
That's what's put me away from it. Does it get harder?
It does.
Okay.
But that first like 5 to 10, it's rough and takes a bit.
Warhammer Vermintide 2, pretty fun.
Okay.
I picked it up today.
That's good to hear.
I'm just okay. I'll carry us. So I was writing down a suggestion for us to do later. I think we should always end our episodes with what we recommend people play.
Okay.
Cool. Ni no Kuni 2 is what popped in my mind. The other games in my mind right now are Diablo 3 and Borderlands 2. And although I do recommend everyone plays Borderlands 2 if they haven't before, it's been out a while.
Yeah.
Same as Diablo 3. Other than those. Wait, no. I actually do have one. I do have a game I recommend.
What's that?
I recommend that people take the time to play Hollow Knight.
I just started playing that one too.
Brandon was already he was championing champ words. He was talking good stuff about
if you're looking for a really good Metroidvania with unbelievably good music, like soul huntingly good, as well as like one of those you discover it stories and worlds, it's perfect.
Tristan?
Dead Cells. It's a pretty good roguelike.
That's the
I
one
looked up that one.
Yeah, I'm digging
that's
it.
the where you play as the monster, right?
As the Dead Cells,
Yeah. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Is it on Switch, do you know?
Don't think so.
Be a good Switch game.
It's still early
You guys will
access.
get Night Chasers Battle War
Gotcha.
in May.
All right, so that's our video game recommendations. Thank you guys so much for watching. We do this every Monday. Nope, we do this every Sunday at 8:30.
Monday now. You've lost a day. We control time.
We do this every Sunday here on Facebook.com/DownrightFierceGaming. We release new episodes every Monday on iTunes, Podbean, Google Play, and Stitcher, although I've been releasing them late on Sunday because then I don't have to do it on Monday for some reason. So sometimes they come out early. You can subscribe on YouTube.com for youtube.com/downrightfiercegaming for all of our archive videos, all of our, different stuff that we've made, like the video game dad joke off number 2 that I made. That was pretty cool. Twitter at DRF Podcast, twitch.tv/DRF Podcast, pornhub.com/D. It's 3D.
I just got video game dad joke off.
What?
The title.
What?
Instead of jack off, it's joke off.
No, it's not supposed to be a jack off.
Yeah, dude.
No.
It's not?
What?
Why?
Are you serious? Like, it's a perfect joke.
Ew.
You're the one who made the title, man.
No, hold on. No, it's not a jerk. It's a joke off.
We said jack, not jerk. That's
It's
weird.
a joke off.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah.
That's a thing. That's a thing that people do. They joke each other off.
They joke each other off?
They joke each other off.
Yeah.
They take a microphone. They're just, I did a jokes. Yeah.
Don't joke into your own face.
I'm not
Dangerous.
just joking. Like I'm holding a microphone. It's just joking.
Joke away from your face.
Yeah.
You're going to get a joke in your eye.
Please don't joke when I'm in the room.
Snapchat at DRF Podcast. Merchandise, you can buy that if you want. I want to recommend it. Teespring.com/downrightfierce or Walmart.com/Y. Patreon.com/downrightfierce. If you want to give us money, you should, because we're dying.
We's broke.
Without your money, we will surely die. You can give us a couple dollars a month and you get all of our exclusive content 1 week early before everybody else. Plus, we'll joke you off anytime you want.
I'll joke you off so much.
I'll joke you off. Oh,
I'll joke
so
you off good, baby.
Oh,
I'll joke you off never like you've been joked.
Plus, we're going to joke you off at the end of the episode. So we want to joke off Mark Mayfield. Thank you.
Joke,
Thank you, Mark.
Joke. We also want to joke off Brian Altano, Damon Hatfield, and MC Lars.
I
For
don't
letting
have
us
enough
use their
hands for all
music.
these jokings.
Just gonna joke all over our executive producers. Sorry, gonna joke all over our executive producers: Carolina Jarvis, Brian Kaminsky, and Andrew Kirkendall. He's the face joker.
Oh, I'm going to joke Kirkendall something decent.
Jokes off so many faces. I did his. I DJ'd his wedding.
Awesome.
Andrew
Oh, you joked
Kirkendall.
at his wedding?
I joked on the mic a couple times.
I heard that was a good one.
It was a beautiful wedding, actually. It was really cool. I appreciate that he had me do that.
I hope you got joked off after.
I might have, but it was by. How do we end this? How do we leave?
Everyone joke yourself to sleep tonight.
Good night.